Hello there everyone, Oversoul here, and in case you haven't heard, something very interesting happened at the Game Awards last night. So basically, at the end of the show, they announced that Elden Ring was the winner of Game of the Year, and Miyazaki and his crew got up on stage, but a stranger tagged along. This was the first year that they opened up the Game Awards to the public. They allowed people to be able to buy tickets and come in as fans and be there in the live audience and watch things as they happened in person. And for the most part, it seems like everything went off without a hitch until the very end of the show, where this kid decided to get up and stealthily sneak his way into the crew of Miyazaki and other developers from FromSoft. And he actually got up there on stage with them. And you would think someone from the development team would recognize that he's not one of them and say something, but maybe they thought that he was working for the Game Awards as an usher, ushering him on stage, and the Game Awards staff might have thought that he was with the developers. So he had the perfect opportunity to sneak his way up there. Now, all that being said, he did nothing but stand there and just watch the speech. And when the speech was over and the show was coming to a close, he took that opportunity to jump on the microphone real quick and say, I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Rabbi, Bill Clinton.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, Matan. Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
Now, some people are saying that the joke was anti-Semitic, and I don't necessarily think that that's true because it turns out that the kid himself is Jewish. But the joke aside, the behavior in and of itself, in my opinion, at any rate, is immature, juvenile, and potentially a safety hazard. So think about it like this, right? Historically, a lot of events with a large group of people crowded together has been a target for people with malicious and murderous intent. So here's the way I look at it. There are a lot of people that are defending this kid because he was arrested. He was arrested because what he did was technically trespassing. That stage is private property, and he was not invited up there. He bought a ticket to the awards. He was allowed to be in his seat. But once he got up on that stage without an invitation to do so, he was breaking not only the rules of the event, but the law itself. Now, the question is, did he actually do anything morally wrong? Technically, no. But here's where the problem lies. It's still a safety concern because of things that have happened in other places. I mean, look at the kid. He was dressed in a long black coat that could be concealing a weapon, and he was up there as a complete stranger. You know how often game developers get sent like death threats and stuff by crazed fans all the time? That could be a crazed fan, could have been a crazed fan who was actually following through with one of their death threats. It's not that far-fetched to believe that in today's society, where we have people in Wisconsin literally running over a high school parade, where we have people shooting up bars just because it's a gay bar, where we have children murdering each other in school, it's not that hard to believe that that situation that happened last night could have ended badly. And I know people are against hanging on what ifs and all that, but sometimes that's what keeps you alive. Now, like I said, the kid was arrested, and a lot of people are calling for him to be released, and we haven't had any updates so far at the time of recording this on what happened after his arrest. Is he still in jail? Did they let him go? What exactly happened after that? We don't know. But we do know that he was arrested because Jeff Keighley said as much on Twitter. Now, I'm not going to play devil's advocate. That's something I refuse to do because I feel like it enables toxicity, and I'm not about that life. But I am going to speak on the matter objectively. And objectively, he broke the rules of the event. So the event, it has security for a reason, right? Specifically to prevent things like this. And the moment that they realized that he wasn't supposed to be up there, security came in on him. And you can see that as the event is zooming out and fading away at the end. You can see security closing in on him. Personally, I'm a firm believer in play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So if you're going to go to a professional event like this and you're going to go out of your way to make an ass of yourself, then yes, there should be some consequences for that. Now, Do I think that the kid deserves to sit there and rot in jail for pulling a stupid prank? No, I don't. I do think that security detaining him in order to assess the situation and make sure that he wasn't a potential threat was indeed the right thing to do, especially in this day and age. Better safe than dead. People can call it paranoia, people can call it living in fear all they want, but if you've been paying attention to the things that are going on out there, you'd be stupid to not be suspicious of someone like that. I personally think that what he did was selfish, immature, and juvenile, but that's just me. But do I think that those behaviors warrant like a full prosecution? No, not necessarily. Here's what I think should happen. I think that he should be banned from the event. Because, like I said, this was the first time that they've opened it up to the public. I think he should be banned from the event, maybe have to pay a fine, and that's it. I don't think he should, sit in jail for a month or whatever for trespassing. But I don't think that this behavior should go completely unpunished. I do feel that he deserves some kind of consequence for his actions, because that's just life. So I do think that he should be banned, especially because his actions, and the reason I think and I know people are saying, oh, but he was so nice and polite and he waited for Miyazaki to finish before he said his piece. Who gives a shit? It's still a self-centered act, because he got up there, because once the show was over and he said what he said in the mic, that was about him. He wanted to have the last word on the show, and that is a very self-absorbed, pretentious mindset. And it completely belittles everything that came before it. After that whole speech that Miyazaki and his crew did about winning Game of the Year, and then this kid comes on the mic, Herbiter, Bill Clinton, huh? He's basically giving the finger to those hardworking game developers that came on there before him. It's extremely disrespectful and distasteful. But yes, my biggest issue with this is that this could potentially ruin opening these events to the public in the future. This, like I said, was the first time that they ever opened up the Game Awards to the public. And because of people like him, it may also be the last. Now, I hope that's not the case. I hope next year Jeff just beefs up security. I would hate to see the entire gaming community punished because of the actions of one idiot. But at the same time, if that's the route that Jeff and crew decided to go, I wouldn't blame them. It's kind of like that whole give you an inch and you take a mile, right? Jeff, I open the Game Awards to the public and somebody takes advantage of it, of course. This is why we can't have nice things, people. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. Did he deserve to get arrested? Oh, hell yeah. He trespassed, and trespassing is against the law. That's just, fucking common sense. But does he deserve to be, sitting in jail for, a month or whatever for this? No. He deserves to be talked to about it. He deserves to be reprimanded. He deserves to be banned from the event. And he should probably be forced to give an apology to Miyazaki and Jeff Keighley, if I'm being honest. I feel like that's a fitting punishment. He doesn't need to sit in jail over this, but to detain him in that situation until they could assess it and make sure that he wasn't a threat to everyone in that building, that was indeed the right thing to do. And frankly, they should have done it sooner, and I think they would have if they had realized that he wasn't actually supposed to be there. But I think what happened was the dev team thought he was part of the Game Awards, and the Game Awards thought he was part of the dev team, so he had them both confused, and a lack of communication allowed some unknown random to slip through the cracks. So my advice to Jeff would be next year to make sure that you check people's credentials to know who they're working for and what they're a part of. Maybe have separate seating for people in the industry and people who are there as just fans, and also definitely beef up security. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents on the issue. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, but please keep it civil because I am not above deleting your comments and banning you. I'll have a proper Game Awards recap video coming a little bit later, maybe sometime tomorrow. Anyways, stay tuned for that, and as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you possibly on another day, definitely at another time, and likely in another video. Goodbye!